In the Small Business Edge, the Employee Retention Credit, better known as ERC, is available to company owners who were able to hold on to employees during the COVID pandemic here in America. Here with an update is Jay Woods, the founder and president of Omega Accounting Solutions. Thanks for coming on our show, Jay. Is this credit still available, and who is eligible?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you up to date. So the credit is still available. There's a deadline to file. You've got 3 years to file from the employment of 2020 and 2021. So essentially, the end of next year and then subsequent year is when this deadline is going to expire. And the employee retention credit is a substantial credit. It was born out of the pandemic, and essentially you had two paths to pick at that time: PPP or employee retention credit. And most people chose to deal with their banker versus the IRS. And then in January of 21, Biden administration passed the CARES Act and said, nope, actually you can do both. And so that's where we've really seen a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding of qualification.
What do small business owners need to know?
Yeah, I think what they need to know is, can they qualify? And so they need to talk to the right provider. They need somebody who's going to walk them through the credit, see if they're going to qualify under the revenue test, which is pretty straightforward, or if they're going to have to qualify through what's called nominal portion, nominal effect. So essentially, did a COVID shutdown order impact your business in a substantial way? You could also qualify for the credit.
As a champion of small businesses, what advice do you have for owners?
Yeah, I think, the takeaway from, COVID and managing the challenges of the business and the different relief efforts that were out there is, if you didn't know what was going on, you probably don't have the right financial advisor or accountant, right? You need an advocate who's going to make sure that you're informed, you know what's going on, and someone who's got a track record and who's really going to advocate for you, and so you don't miss out on these opportunities.
Is it possible, though, to get into a situation where you owe the government money?
The only way you're going to owe the government money is if you make a fraudulent claim, right? So if you don't qualify for the credit, and I think the IRS has already seen a 10% fraud rate with PPP. And so they issued a memo last month, warning business owners about these ERC mills, which are companies that have popped up in the last few years strictly just to work on this tax credit. So you want to make sure that you're not with someone who's telling you, oh, you automatically qualify. We're going to get you the max amount. If it feels like they're selling you, then you're probably at the wrong place. You want to be talking to someone who's really informing you of how the credit works and asking you the right questions to really substantiate your claim.
This is all very fascinating. Where can small business owners go for help?
Yeah, so they can find us at omegataxcredits.com. We've got plenty of information about the credit. And honestly, in a 10-minute phone call with one of the members of our team, we can really walk you through whether applying makes sense.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Angela. Appreciate it.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.